Please make sure we're hitting the like button, people. There is 411 of you locked in. I'm very appreciative of such. We're going to get into Yachin Adli in a second. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. You're subscribed on Twitch. And you've obviously set your reminders for 3 p.m. because we're going live once again. Tomorrow I'll be doing the Super Cup watch along. That will be live exclusive only to Twitch, Deluded Gooner. If you're looking for me on Twitch, again, link is pinned to the live chat and the link has been dropped as well, folks. So yeah, take that in. 25 million for Lacazette at least. I would rather sell Oba. Oba is moving like Giroud. I'd rather sell Laka, to be fair with you, but neither is really doing the job at this current moment in time. Take Laka and let's move on. Tammy will give us aggression and win us the second ball. Balogun, Martinelli and Tammy would be young lads with passion fighting for spaces. Arsenal confused me. Confused us all. EG, morning, my guy. I got faith and patience in Martinelli and Balogun, but Laka and Alba RG. I got faith in everyone at this club, man. I'm gonna back Aubameyang until I'm doubling down on my support, man. And I would say to Aubameyang, you've been in adversity before, you know. You don't become a bad player overnight. I'm going to do a video on that. It's more like an urgent appeal. You know, you see them charity things. It's an urgent appeal to find Aubameyang's goal-scoring boots once again. I'm going to, you know, where I'm from, you don't switch on your homies, innit? I'm obviously, he's not in form. I'm not saying not to drop him and them things there, but this man has carried the club. Now we need to carry him. And I'm going to support him. We can't carry anyone. You know, it comes at a cost. You're not doing the business. Then I'm not saying not to drop, man, but positivity. Let's talk positivity in the air, man. Big up all the Nigerians locked in. I appreciate that, Kelvin. Thank you very much. I nominate DG for transfer manager. South London's finest. It's all well and good getting Tammy, but we will just suffer the same fate as our other forwards. Lack of chance creation in the team, looking glass dead. Boy. Said it there, innit? You said it. Appreciate the super chat, my guy, Jim. We need Max Aaron's, Awa, and Tammy. We could get all for less than 90. We put too many crosses in the box with no one on the end of them. I mean, with respect, Jay, Tammy don't really get on the end of crosses. You know, he's not really. That's what I said at the start. He needs to be worked with. He doesn't smell. As a goal scorer, you should always expect something to happen. He watches things. And whatnot. Max Aaron's an hour, I agree. You know, maybe he is scoring, maybe he isn't scoring. You seem a bit too emotionally attached to that 94 with that bottom line business, but fair play. It's down to him to prove you wrong. Run up the likes, people. Ashley, I appreciate that. As Ashley said, that was a tongue twister. Run up the likes, people. Appreciate that. Where are we at in terms of likes? We're only at 127. There's 466 of you. Look at my face. You're doing me dirty. Hit that like button if you haven't, man. The like button does bits for the engagement. The engagement gets the nation out there, people. Bro, it's urgent appeal business at Arsenal. It's an urgent appeal to find Aubameyang's goal-scoring boots. It's an urgent appeal to get some bloody signings. I'm just, you know, if it was, I don't really want to say it, but you see, like when police used to do them you can hand in your knives in, like to the, is it called an amnesty, where they'd ask them hood youths, you know, hand in your knife and all of those sort of things. Turn yourself in and nothing will happen sort of stuff. I think that needs to happen with Willian and them sort of, man. They just need to give themselves up, man. I think Willian's on the run, to be fair with you. Not spotted at the game and whatnot. So madness. So, man, like I said, big up Curtis Shaw. Like he said, you know, it just feels like at our club, if you don't really make too much noise, you don't, you know, you can just last the transfer window. People forget you're here. There's bare players we forget are here. I forgot Torreira was an Arsenal footballer for like 40. Every couple of days, I forget Torreira's a thing here, for example, man. So yeah, it is where it is. A better manager gets Oba firing again. Oba can only get himself firing, but I agree. We're not creating chances, and Aubameyang can hide behind that. We're ninth for goals. We're not creating much chances. You know, Willian and Smith Rowe, too, you know, not to be harsh to Smith Rowe, and definitely being harsh to Willian. They weren't major players last season, you know. Smith Rowe came in towards the end of the last year and became one, but he weren't there from August. William was a sideman and he played a lot of games, but both of them have 5 Premier League assists. Now, maybe you can use that to praise Smith Rowe and praise William if you want, but that would tell you the lack of chance creation, and that's going to be the issue for anyone. This is why I say signings are only half the job. If you have if you sign a number 10, How is he going to get the ball? How does he work with the the two man in midfield with him? Where's the movement for the strikers? How they understanding their game? Because we're going to sign a creative man. There's going to be no one to passing the ball forward, like what Smith Rowe has to do. He's dropping deep. Our strikers are out of the game. You know, you can see how these all tie into things. You're not seeing the fluidity. No matter what striker we sign, you don't provide surface. There's an issue. Yeah, you could probably find some players and strikers that are less like Aubameyang, more individual brilliance, can make something out of nothing. But you know, we don't feed our strikers. We don't. You know, Lacazette is not a goal scorer, but he is working with meaty chances. Anyone who plays up front through the middle for us is working with nonsense, really and truly. You know, so again, pot signings is only half the job, as I keep saying. Arteta has to show he can work with these men. Signings only half job. More to creativity than just new players. It fully is. It's like our defense. Man, I see it thinking man think Ben White's gonna fix this defense by himself. As I keep saying to you, like, our first defender is our striker, our first attacker is Leno. Until I can see an evident emphasis of going forward with our keeper and proper pressing from whoever plays in the middle, boy, like it is what it is. Our man said we've got as many sidings as kits, boy. Like I said, he's our best striker, but with a year left on his contract, if we get 20 million on him, we should cash in on him and use Aubameyang and Martinelli up top. Hey, DJ, in my opinion, Martinelli is better and has a better future than any of the strikers we are linked with. Let's just get a creative midfielder, right back, and a keeper. Oba will also come good. Hear that, man. I hear that. Man said, when's the collab with Ty coming, bro? Call the show, the deluded Don's mad views pulled. To be fair, let's see what I got for him, man. We should start a poll, innit? I think I could start a poll. Big up the Twitch gang. I prefer it on Twitch, but let's start. Let me press this poll button for Aubameyang just to make it live. Why is it freezing in that? Will Oba find his goal scoring boots? Ask the community. Well, if it allow me, that one should be setting up. So go and do up the polls if you can see it, people. Is where it is. Oba is finished for me. Listen, Jack, there's nothing wrong with thinking Oba's finished because he's not showing you anything to suggest that anything different. Now, for me, maybe it's because I love the guy, but I can't lie to you. As mad as it sounds, the only thing I think he's not doing is scoring. Because for me, he's having shots. He's getting when he can. He's getting in the right places. The movement isn't bad. There is a bit of a smile on his face. So he's doing that, and a part of me thinks, you know, things will fall into place with that. 1 second, my guy. Phil to Oba. Call it that. Like I was saying, like I think he's doing the right things, but at the end of the day, you can't read too much into preseason form, but it does have a correlation. The man isn't scoring, and it just seems like his luck is done. I think it's a confidence issue more than anything. I think it's, as we know, it's been a long time coming because Aubameyang's overachieved at this club in terms of goal scoring because it's nothing. You know, our lack of creativity is nothing new. It might be a bit highlighted more, Jack. I'm sure you'd agree with the nonsense we're doing and the fact that Aubameyang's juice has run out. But for me, I think it's a confidence thing. I think he needs more than a goal, really. I think he needs an absolute screamer to get his confidence back. But I think he'll be back, man. I think he'll be back. I refuse to give up on this guy. Obviously, my support comes at a cost. I'm not saying I'm just going to support. Obviously, I support the players, but I'm not just going to be screaming, you know, nonsense all season. If you're not pulling your weight, you need to be dropped. Like somebody said, right now, Lacazette is probably the better option in the team. If you're not scoring, Lacazette's not really a goal scorer, but he offers more in general play. With Aubameyang, he's one of these players. There's no point playing him if you're not going to double down on him. And what I mean by that is, you know, he's a last striker, man. Give him enough service, spam it, and all of these things. We're not doing that. We're not creating chances for anybody. That's a problem at Arsenal, regardless of if Aubameyang's going to be here or not. And that's something we need to address long term because anybody could play up front. Anybody could play in that creative role, midfield role. And there's a problem. Sort of thing. I think he just needs a bit of confidence. You know, I do think he's got that because he's been through tough moments in his career. There was a time, Aubameyang, when nobody rated you. You know, you was going on mad loans, you was rubby. You know, only when you really went Dortmund did the footballing world respond to you. So you don't become a bad player overnight. I think I'm not gonna lie, it's concerning. He's playing left wing. There's a lack of chances. The form is concerning, but I back Aubameyang. So I keep saying Laka to do this, man. I think he can do this, and he's my captain. I'm not being funny. I'm not saying support someone and not give constructive criticism, but our fans have backed some shit players and still back some shit players. Aubameyang's actually good. I know if you're not scoring goals, you're not relevant. And he's pulled this club from pillar to post, helping us. So I just think where I'm from, you give man a bit of loyalty. You know, when you had every reason to dip, you stayed. And obviously, let's not act like it's Disney Channel, the money, everything was good. But I'm not turning on him because this club persists with shitter players. You know, again, Aubameyang's, you know, it comes at a cost, but I back Aubameyang to come good, man. I back him. He's our captain. I'm supporting the thing, man. I mean, if you're watching, please, bro, please, man, just pattern a goal, man. Just score goals, man, please. Because again, I can't lie, man. I'm watching these press conferences, these pre-seasons, and I'm saying Aubameyang's gonna come good, and you lot are getting on to me. People are foaming at the mouths and all of these things. I'm a simple man. I'm allowed an opinion, and I'm backing my guy Aubameyang. I'm backing people who deserve to be backed. I'm not giving up on Aubameyang. Obviously, for me, if man don't see at least one goal within them first 3 games, I know you've got what Brentford, Chelsea, and City, boy. Man, I have to drop you because, as I keep saying, we can't carry people next season. Not a manager, not a single player. Unless you're these young players, they're the only ones that should be carried because they're young, they're babies in this football thing, really. You look at Lokonga and Tavares, you know, they're still developing as footballers, let alone at Arsenal. And you can already see that they, not that they're thrown in at the deep end, because that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's like they're the ones that are looking serious, you know, people that have been here 2 seconds. Ben White's literally Capri Suns have lasted longer than Ben White, as I've said before, at Arsenal. You know, he's been here for 2 seconds and he already looks more levels. Martinelli, everyone forgets because, you know, Martinelli, the tides kind of turned, but he was the guy kind of setting it for us more so when he was getting opportunities. Saka and Smith Rowe, you already get it. You know, we don't allow these young players to be young. They're the only ones that get it. If not, people like Gabriel and Tini who have been here for 2 seconds as well. You know, it's never the existing players, and certain managers are going to learn the hard way because certain players are going to cost you your job. You don't give loyalty to the players that deserve it. You give loyalty to duds. What, you know, that's what duds do. Duds, you know, duds hang with duds, support duds. So yeah, man. Urgent appeal to Aubameyang, like I said, man. You got some interesting comments, man. I'm all for the Aubameyang role, man. Bro, that's because, bro, he gets my support, man, because he's pulled this club through. And it's the first time he's been tired. But what I will say is we've got to see a different Aubameyang now. On occasion, I don't mind him playing on the left. I'm not as anti-Aubameyang left wing as you lot because he said he likes playing on the left. He's made a career of playing on the left. He can score a lot of goals from that left-hand side. And obviously, it gives us an option. However, it just feels like to me at Arsenal, you know, the Aubameyang, I don't know. How Aubameyang was in 2012, it's now 2021. We think it's the same thing. We don't change it up and whatnot. And I just feel we're at that age now where unless you really need to do it, I want to see Aubameyang through the middle, you know, just get in the box, score goals, you know, because that way we're kind of, I don't know the word, but we're kind of, I don't know the word, but we're kind of like taking away not his importance, but our over reliance on Aubameyang. The team's able to flow because right now these Aubameyangs, these Lackers, these are present players. They should be able to help us, but we need building blocks for the long term. Suddenly, if Aubameyang and Laka was to leave, even though they've been meaty, what happens then? So yeah, man, I just think we should double down on him. I don't think we should, at least for now anyways, while everybody's form is a bit iffy and we're looking shaky, I don't think we should be forcing Aubameyang and Lacazette into the team. I think on form and how they've been moving, Lacazette is the better option for the team. Personally, I'd go with Aubameyang through the middle. I don't think both should be in the team at this moment in time. And like I said, create chances. Aubameyang's a service-reliant man. You know, the chances he's missing in pre-season are L's. But even when he was scoring, you know, Aubameyang's known to miss them bewildering ones, but he gets it back. I just think I don't know, man. I've said it before. I think something changed in this football club for a lot of people between winning that FA Cup and the start of last year. And in hindsight, I don't know what's obviously Aubameyang's had a lot of issues off the field to deal with as well, and we'll cut him some slack in that regards. But I think he'll be back, man. But what I don't want to see is I don't really want to see the two experience, as much as I like the bromance between them, as much as I think they can have good games, at least while everybody's form is a bit shaky, I just think we should go back to basics. And I just feel the way, you know, I feel like Aubameyang's got an impossible task because as poor as he weren't poor against Spurs. He's still making runs. He duppied Højbjerg, but it's you can't really see how he's going to score goals because there's a lack of movement, there's a lack of options. He's isolated, he's chasing fullbacks back. I can't really see a damn thing from Arteta tactically, if I'm completely honest with you, that suggests we're different from last year. But that's me in it. Please make sure you're hitting the like button on that note, though, folks. Please, pardon me. Urgent appeal to Aubameyang, as I said. And after this, I'm going to clip up this live stream. I've got a lot of videos that have to be uploaded and some videos that I actually haven't uploaded yet. And I have to do some ish in my personal life, man. They're not on me. Again, Messi signed for my club. It's not my fault, man. Oh, my drip is different. Arsenal's drip is different. Hey, shout out Big Gunner as well. Man's got every PSG shirt under the sun. Fuck you know. Hey, some funny. Hey, the internet is funny as hell, man. I respect it still. But yeah, big up everybody. Hit the like button, like my guy Alexander said. If you don't want an unexpected high bill, and I know you lot are like me, you don't want that, you'd be in issues. Was there another super chat? There must not have been. Also, sign Navas from PSG. Appreciate the super chat, my guy. Would be a shout. I'm not gonna lie, Navas is better than what we have. I'm all up for taking Navas to this club, but I don't really feel them sort of keepers there, man. I like my keepers that know their keepers. He's a bit too eccentric for me. It's a bit too much Ospina vibes, and obviously he's better than Ospina. But yeah, man. Oba has consistently scored 20 plus goals. Goals dried up with Arteta's arrival. Boy, I mean, we used to say Emre was negative and things like that. Emre never had these issues. He never had these issues. So you're right in that regards, man. Love for the super chat, Jack. Fair points, my guy. Trust me, if he gets going this season, he'll be the first name I get on the back of my shirt. Also, run up the likes, people. Appreciate the kind words, Jack. Appreciate the super chat. But nah, bro. Aubameyang FC is closed. If you're leaving this thing, you can't come back. There's no coming back. That's what the hoes do, man. Not saying you are one, but that's what they must do to the rappers. They're feeling the rappers. The rappers go through a bit of a tough time. They stop loving them. Come on, man. It's a Mike Jones thing. Them man are whoa. If you're a Aubameyang FC, you have to stay a Aubameyang FC. It's ride or die, man. And to be fair, I was ride or die for Wenger and Ozil, so this is light work. Very light work. I was actually ride or die for Emre until the end as well. Of course, I'll defend good guys. I mean, I don't know what I've said that's deluded about Aubameyang apart from my hope that he starts scoring goals. I've clearly said there's a reality where he might not score goals, And then I said we can't carry people. If me wanting my captain or a player I like to get back into form makes me deluded, fair play, When I saw Lacazette at Lyon, he seemed very pacey. Man must have lost a leg when we signed him. Boy, I don't know, man. I, as an Arsenal fan, picked up smoking weed. I'm all good now. I don't know what that is, but I'd say smoke is bad, my guy. Even with Maddison, I don't see us finishing above 6. For me, the most important thing is the mentality, bro. Because we could sign Maddison, we could sign Awawa, we could sign a right back, we could sign Lautaro Martinez. All of these guys, but it's the mentality. It's a 38-game period. It's the ability to apply yourself for 38 games. And way before we talk about what other teams are doing, who other teams have, what other teams are on, we defeat ourselves. We've gone into big games against Liverpool. Don't get it twisted. Liverpool on form, they brush Arsenal aside 9 times out of 10. But we're going into it with a defeative attitude, to the point where we're conceding cheap goals. The easiest goals that them front three would score. Other teams that finished below us, they'd make more of a meal of it because it's about belief. We've got a very defeative mindset. Arsenal need way too many variables to kind of be there for us to want to play. The sun's got to be shining. Our shirts have got to be ironed. You can't smell any crow in the air. The pitch has to be, really cut. There's too many variables, man. A lot of these guys, they forget that they've probably come from playing in concrete jungles and all of these sort of things, man. So, yes, mentality and the ability for me to apply ourselves over a 38 game period, because this is what Arsenal do. We win little battles. We took 4 points off United. You beat Spurs. You beat Chelsea. Actually, under Arteta, I feel a bit more confident against the top 6. I'm not going to say we play amazing against them because we don't, but there's some sort of plan. That's still a problem in itself. But then again, to carry on with the example of 38 games, That's not necessarily been our issue. It's when we've been stupid against Villa twice, effing up against Wolves, struggling at Leeds away, relying on Kieran Tierney to break Crystal Palace down at home. We've been a bit shaky. Even the last game of the season against Palace, we still needed late goals. The problem with Arsenal fans, they like to bury their heads in the sand. If you say something that goes against the grain or something you consider, there's an issue. I know this because one of my most terrible times on YouTube, after saying Lacazette might not ever be able to get 20 league goals, was actually that Unai Emery unbeaten run. Do you know how unbearable it was to, for me, people to call, man, saying I got agenda, I got this, I got that. I was like, I could take it. I ain't crying about that. It's like, bro, I'm just literally looking like, I'm not got no agenda. Can you not see this, bro? We're relying on late minute goals against Cardiff and we're shutting up because we've gone on an unbeaten run. That luck is going to run out. It's going to run out. Like, so why is it only when our team gets proper rubbed out, we've proper lost, that everyone wants to sit here and really speak about things? It doesn't make sense to me. But you could see them bookie things. It's a bit like bro, you could see at the start of last season how terrible our season was. Yeah, we brushed Fulham aside. But then you needed it, we looked shaky against Leicester in the Cup, shaky against West Ham. And then you saw what happened. It went off a cliff and then you somewhat regained it. But end of the day, 8th to 8th. What a massive improvement. It is what it is in that regards, though, folks, man. One love to everybody locked in. Let me put my phone on charge. Actually still here, folks. You don't know. Oh, don't pull stuff or things are going to drop. I'm Mike Jones. I act like y'all don't know my name. I need to listen to that song again. And yo, they don't want me. Now I'm hot. Yo. I'm amazing, man. But yeah, back in the seat now. Big up the 600 odd of you locked in. Everybody's allowed their opinion, man. I hate to say it, but Oba is finished. Everyone's allowed their opinion. Listen, this is the thing with Arsenal fans as well, or football fans. You're not allowed an opinion, If you think Aubameyang is finished, fair play, you're allowed that. As long as if he proves you wrong, he proved man wrong. I think Aubameyang is going to get back to goal scoring, or better yet, I wanted to. If he doesn't, all right, cool. We'll go on for this thing. It's like with Arteta, because you might like or don't like Arteta, it's like you got to die on that sword or a player. Where half of these fans, they used to call Joe Willock shit. Now they're criticizing the club for selling them. They used to get onto Aaron Ramsey. They were crying when he left. Come on now, man. There's too many false narratives and people don't look at the game for what it's worth, man. In my humble opinion, anyways, man. But yeah, enough from all that. Work is cop blocking today. I'm watching on the playback. Mr. Adley 2-3. Shout the members, man. Work 1-0, but we go again, man. Don't get in trouble though, man. Just cool off, man. Appreciate that though. What's the polls? Yeah, bro, Twitch is better for all of that stuff. But yeah, big up everybody locked in. Where are we at for the polls? I was ranting so much I didn't even. Oh, is it 50? Is it saying 50-50? Ooh, it's 50-50. 232 likes. Let's begin our assault towards 300 people. There's 500 odd of you locked in. Ooh, people are saying yes, 51% to 49. It's getting a bit gazy. Big up you lot, man. Is Willock sold? Personal terms agreed. Personal terms need to be agreed. Fees been agreed, so we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens, man. Seen him ghost past Højbjerg. I think the chances just need to come, then confidence after. Vardy didn't score once in pre-season, but I'm not concerned because it's not a new thing. People forget Vardy. I swear at one point Vardy kind of struggled last season, but obviously that's what I said earlier. Or was it yesterday? The way Leicester use Vardy year in, year out and tailor his game, obviously because he's not getting any younger, they understand that we're not doing none of that. I bet under Wenger both would be fine. A lot of things would be different under Wenger, man. Watching paint dry is more exciting than Arsenal's current football. I'm sure rival fans wouldn't agree with that. Oh, man. Big up Paul. Don't get me wrong, I love Oba and I think he'll come good. But if we go through the first couple of games and he's still not scoring, then we need to drop him as we can't carry players. I can't believe in him. That's me, I believe he'll come back, but man, don't like. I'm loyal to Arsenal. I'm not loyal to Oba. Whoever, it's like with Arteta. I think in football nowadays, too many lines get blurred. People start, going towards being fans of individuals, and better yet, I'd say their own ideologies, because certain people just want to be right. I told you Arteta was a flop. I told you he was amazing. When I don't care if Arteta does the job, cool. We've got our manager. If you're not doing the job, which is looking like, we might have to revisit this and then go again. Listen, like life. Football is a results business.